Hello and welcome everybody. On today's episode, we will be discussing Apex suits. And essentially, what they are is the highest quality blueprint suits available to players right now. And blueprint suits, for anyone who doesn't know, are the suits which never run out. They are the ones that last forever, they cannot be depleted. And there I go, saying adding redundant information. Actually, the whole point of the video you're going to watch today is sort of a mental exercise for myself. You see, I was doing my review of the first Apex suit, the Republic Commando, when I was watching my own review, and I saw there was a little too much redundant information. Uh, s- oh, watch this here. This is fun. Oh, kaplow. Oh, look at that. Some freak spawning glitch destroys me right out of the gate. Did you enjoy that? You're a terrible person. Okay, so we're doing my traditional speeding up of the opening footage. Um, but the rest of this match is going to be all regular speed. So I'm in the Republic Tiger Scout. Um, so Apex suits. They're constructed in a pretty funny way. So basically, uh, what happened was CCP had this nutty idea that, hey, what would happen if we took up the suit with the slot layout of a prototype suit, but all we put was basic stuff in it? What would we get? And what you basically end up with is a suit whose strength is, we'll call it roughly equal to an advanced suit. And that might be slightly less or more depending on which suits we're talking about. Um, the guesswork I would do, I would say, uh, so for like heavies and commandos who don't have a whole lot of modules on them, they might be a little weaker than their advanced counterparts. And my guess is most of the other types of suits will probably have performance maybe a tiny bit above their advanced counterparts, just because they do grab quite a few more modules at the prototype tier. But yeah, it was a pretty wacky idea, um, and the suits are non-customizable, so you use right what they give you. So yeah, the weapons are all basic level. Just so that's clear. So that's probably the main thing to help keep these suits balanced. So this is me switching out to the Federation Chiron logistics suit. The suits are sort of all representative of the different factions. Now, that's for good reason. You see, with these Apex suits, you have at your disposal two methods for acquiring them. Um, your first option, of course, is what CCP would probably prefer you do, is purchase them with AURUM, with the in-game currency you can buy with real money. And the second option, I'm not even editing that out. I got a lot of footage. I got a lot of time to kill. Your second option to purchase an Apex suit is faction warfare points, or actually, technically they're called loyalty points. And it's not a small amount of them. You will need 100,000 from the faction of the particular suit in question. Not only will you need 100,000 loyalty points, which I'll get into just how much that is in a second, but you'll need 10 million ISK on top of that. So that's 100,000 loyalty points plus 10 million ISK, or you can just buy them with AURUM. So let me think here. I think the AURUM was to purchase was something like 58,000. I have not done my math homework here, but I think that would translate into somewhere like 20, 25 bucks in the Canadian wilderness where I hail from. And yeah, but let's I've got given you a good cost effectiveness analysis. Let's really talk about this. Now, I'm not going to pick apart each individual suit. I will be making a separate video for that. But yeah, let me explain what the big deal behind these suits is that when you is okay, so these things are not necessarily going to make you these aren't invincible suits. These aren't proto suits by any means. They might be structured like a proto suit, but they're not proto. They're not going to give you the same statistics. So they won't make you quite as powerful as the proto suit would make you, but nonetheless you can be reasonably effective on the battlefield. And yeah, so basically what I'm saying is being able to run a suit that has this roughly the strength of an advanced suit all day for free is a pretty darn good thing. And so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is these Apex suits can do a lot for your Dust career. Oh, and that's an Apex suit killing another Apex suit in a free car. Doesn't that just warm the something of your heart? Never mind. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is these suits could be pretty incredible for your Dust career. So because they give you something that's infinite and reasonably strong, uh, their cost makes sense. Um, so yeah, they take a lot of either in-game time or a reasonable sum of uh, Canada to get a hold of. Um, but they can have a pretty big impact on your Dust career, either by making what you're trained in something you could run for free, or by giving you access to a totally new suit that you're not trained in. And I mean, obviously, you're gonna be stronger on the battlefield if you happen to be trained in whatever the Apex suit is, but if you're willing to splurge on either in-game time or real-world money, you could end up with a lot of suits that aren't even really covered by your skill points necessarily. You won't be boosted by your skill points, but you'll nonetheless be, have access to lots of fun stuff that you aren't necessarily skilled into yet. But skills, let's be real, skills really do help. Those bonuses add up, people. But nonetheless, I'm quite enjoying the suits I'm not skilled into. So yeah, just to illustrate that, yeah, this suit that I'm currently using, I do have the skills for it, so that's why I'm performing so well with the assault rifle. Well, I was performing reasonably well. And also the scanners are boosted by the natural Galente logistics skill that's on this suit. And The Mimitar suits, I'm not trained into those at all, uh, which is why the weapon performance wasn't quite as high. But um, so yes, blah 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 blah. So another thing I'll bring up is oh, here's me switching to. Oh, I think I'm struggling to find where I have it on this giant list of suits. Oh, come on, come on, where? It's right there. It's right there. Okay, here we are. We're using the Republic Renegade Commando. Yeah, just wanted to be clear on that. You are seeing the combat rifle again, but this is a different suit from the one I started the match with. And did I mention they're gold and pretty? Oh, you probably already picked up on that. But oh, another fashionable thing, they're all very kind of flavorful with the wording on not just the suits but the weapons that the suits use. You see, the suits all have these fancy names like Tiger and Renegade and Chiron and uh, Dominus and Pink Floyd. No, I'm kidding with the last one, but uh, the weapons on them as well. If you were paying attention to the flavor text before, you might have noticed that when I had that Federation Chiron suit, that the kills were from a Federation breach. So yeah, a lot of the suits, if there's like a faction version of that weapon, they'll just use that, a blueprint version of that for flavor. If there isn't, they'll have something like the AURUM version, like the Wound Riot. So the Wound Riot combat rifles. So for some reason they want to give uh, flavored, funny names to all the weapons um, that are on the suits. So when you see those, kind of flavored things in the kill feed, chances are high it's an Apex suit that's doing the killing. Um, and actually, if you look at the modules, even all the modules have these, um, have either AURUM or uh, faction warfare type type names on them when you actually look at the suit, suit stat box or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, but to be blunt, I kind of feel like they took the trying to flavor these suits to the specific factions a little too far. Like, I mean, they put the weapons, they put the rifles for the certain, you know, that go with the faction, with the relevant factions. So, Mim have combat rifles, Galente have assault rifles. Uh, oh, and we're back to the Tiger Scout. Amar have scramblers, and those poor Kaldari suckers have rail rifles, um, which had their heyday, but are not what they once were. Oh, getting sidetracked here. But yeah, just something I want to be a little blunt about. I think they took the flavoring a little too far because, uh, I mean, just for assault commando, whatever, that's for the main weapons. That's fine. It's fine to do all that, get the rifles and stuff. But they really took it. They have the same thing with the sidearms and stuff. Oh, here's me. Oh my God, here's me. Yes, I have a lot of skills in this game, but my use with the Nova knives, you can see is not something I've mastered. Although, my opponent has his own questionable use of weaponry there, so that was a bit of a little bit of ridiculous fun for you, which is kind of why I chose the video. Uh, but yeah, let's be real. They took the flavor. If you break down the suits, you can see they took the flavor too far. Like, Like one example is, they have bolt pistol sidearms on all the Caldari suits, and that's great. I actually love the bolt pistol, man. Okay, I was using that thing before. It was cool. But, you have a bolt pistol on a weapon on a suit with a forge gun. That's kind of an odd pairing. I mean, that's when you're taking the flavoring too far. So yeah, later on I will be covering this, specific breakdown of each suit in detail. There is a, you know, guesswork, we'll call it, video where I'm gonna go suit by suit and talk about the statistics and weapons and every single thing that's on each one. But today was basically just an explanation video to talk about everything to do in general. Because I can kill 15 minutes doing that. Um, but yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. As I said, I mostly made this video as my own personal uh, mental exercise. But yeah, those poor Caldari got a little screwed with having taken the flavoring a little too far and having kind of like silly scout suits and stuff. But that's for another time. Um, but yeah, these suits really are incredible. Oh, and the footage won't end quite at the end of the game here. We've got a little extra tiny treat after the end screen, so uh, stay tuned for that. I also wanted to mention that these suits have basic equipment as well, and also they appear to leave no salvage behind, and I have plans to discuss all of that in a future video. Surprise, everyone! We've got one more Apex suit to show you. It's the Imperial Dominus Sentinel, and it's a glitch too! Look at that! Glitches and Apex suits all day long for you. Isn't that great? Look at that, floating attached uplink to this. I think that's an Apex suit too. Attached uplink to that suit. How crazy is that? And they're repping me. Isn't that nice? I think it's nice. But yes, this suit I'm in is almost certain to be one of the most popular Apex suits. Not saying it's the best one, but definitely that definitely has some things to recommend it, like those hit points. Bruh. Wow. But not that sidearm. Not that sidearm. You saw it in action. Not that sidearm. I'm not trained in scramble pistols at all. But seriously, even for an untrained weapon, that was a little pathetic. That sidearm makes me sad. But it doesn't stop it from being a good suit overall. Look, I put on the suit's rifle weapon. Get the result I should. Yeah, so I'm not gonna make you watch an entire game with this suit. Unless you actually want to go to watch the video of my very first game with this suit. But what I wanted to talk about before this footage ends, and it's ending soon, is, well, 2 minutes is soon. What I wanted to talk about very quickly is just the fact that this is a project of mine, is to get total coverage for you, the Dust community, of everything to do with Apex suits, because they are absolutely certain to have a huge impact on the game. But I can't do it alone. I know it doesn't sound cool, asking others for help, but no, that's so yeah, basically what my personal plan is to do a review video for specifically for, for 5 suits. I'm gonna do 5 video reviews, each for an Apex suit, but that only covers a quarter of them. So what I'm hoping is that some other Dust YouTubers will pitch in. I know the Beast had a similar idea and did his own video on the Minotaur Shaman logistics. But I'm hoping more YouTubers pitch in, and by the time every YouTuber's pitched in, maybe there'll be a video for every Apex suit. And any suit I don't specifically review, I'll probably just touch on in, say, a final video, just looking at quickly at the stats for all of them. But yeah, this concludes the end of my summary video. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.